Hello, and it's good evening from the Roaches tonight. This one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of sort of doing my morning walk and doing shots as I go along the way, this is going to be very specific. This is going to be a sunset shot. I thought what I'd do is share with you how I came about to decide that tonight was the night to do a sunset shot, and I think I'm going to be proven right, so more on that in a minute. And how I'm going to put my composition together, and I'm going with a classic, one of the ones that I've done a lot of at the Roaches in different ways. Just look at that sun right there, and hopefully this will give you some inspiration on getting your own excellent, I hope, sunset shot. Well, you don't want to say that fast, do you? Now I can't give you much in the way of technical information because I'm all over the place. You know, I'm long exposure, I'm snapping the clouds so they're just absolutely boom, done, because sometimes the clouds move fast and sometimes they slow down, so I'm constantly changing it. I'm on manual focus all the time at the moment. You know, maybe I'll switch to auto, I don't know, but 70 to 200 lens. The reason being I want to just capture that tree basically, and then the clouds around it. So I'm taking shots about every 5 minutes because again the cloud formation is changing, and that can make a big difference to both the light with the sun dropping in and out the clouds over there, and of course the colours in the sky. At the moment, pretty straightforward, a kind of very pale blue and a nice milky white, bit vanilla-y. So nothing major in the colours right now. That's going to change. You can probably just about see that golden hue is about to hopefully appear. Again, there's no guarantees on this. The sun could just disappear behind a larger cloud and it's all over. But I still think I've got some nice shots already just because of the cloud formation behind the tree. So I've photographed this tree about 100 times now, and normally, certainly, you know, in the morning, I photograph from the opposite side of where I'm standing, looking towards Tittersworth Reservoir there, because it's great. In the morning you can get mist creeping along through the Blackshire Moor there, and you get some really good views. But today I thought, you know what, I think there's going to be a decent sunset, and let me tell you why. So today there's been snow and sun and sleet and hail, and basically what I call disturbed weather, where it just can't make its mind up what it's going to be. And I found, and I'm not saying this is, you know, going to happen all the time, but I found that when there's been this disturbed weather, the lull after it normally produces fantastic photography. Now it can be moody or just spectacular, I guess. And I thought, well, if the sun's going to stick around tonight, as it has done, then it's going to be a good chance that there's going to be, you know, leftover cloud, and it might produce a great sunset. Because I've always found that when I go out to capture a sunset, you know, it's always a coin toss. But I just got a really good feeling about tonight. So that's my little tip for you, is if there is disturbed weather with a promise of it being settled immediately after, so after a big storm, or you know, the strange weather we've had today, March the 31st, just maybe go to one of your favorite haunts and look at a place that you're very familiar with and see what compositions you can come up with. See if you can do something just that little bit different, and that's what I'm doing tonight. This is just going to be one composition, and it's going to be the lonely tree. I'm going to see what kind of results we get. I think there's a few key words you can use when doing these shots, and it's familiarity, you know, really knowing the area and what's there that you can shoot. Persistence, come in frequently, different days, different weathers, just trying to catch the shot that's that little bit different, that tells more of a story about the shoot, if that makes sense. Not just, you know, there's a nice tree and it's framed well by the hills, which it is incidentally, but something that's just got a bit of emotion behind it. Something that tells you that I've stood here freezing my fingers off to get this shot. I don't know if that's a sane response or not, but that I'm here for that. I want the shot, and I'm prepared to suffer a tiny amount of discomfort for it. But look, you see, the sun's just broke through a cloud now, so the lighting is completely different now. And again, I'm not moving. I'm really tempted to go up to the trees, and but it's going to go down soon. I don't know how far I get. The shot I want is right there, so I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to get a beautiful sunset shot. Probably worth showing you on the camera screen now just what I'm looking at. How wonderful is that in camera? It's just beautiful, and yeah, I think I'm gonna get a shot right there. Yeah, I think that's gonna be really nice. I've broken out the Canon M50 as well, just while I'm observing the sun moving and hitting the clouds. So I'm not going to be constantly shooting, so I thought I'd take the M50 out and do a few little shots around the place. It's only got a 15-45 lens on this, so I'm kind of limited. But yeah, look at it. It's just too beautiful not to take a few snaps. Now, because the sun is essentially to the sort of side and back of the tree, there's no way I'm getting any detail. That is just going to be a silhouette, and that's fine. Absolutely fine with that. It's coming into spring, and the tree's still got no foliage on it yet, so that's absolutely great. No problem with that. And what I just want to do is make sure that it doesn't overexpose and completely destroy the tree, but it should be fine, absolutely fine. You'll also notice maybe that I've not put a guard on the front, because I'm not afraid of the lens flares. I think cheeky lens flares on scenes like this can be quite exciting. So I'm going to do a few shots with, but I welcome it. Bring it on. Let's have a little bit of that, if you will, organised chaos into the image. Yeah, I have no problem with a lens flare with something like this. Now, this is unusual because the sun isn't actually down yet. But I'm gonna wrap up the video now, the chat, because I'm going to get the drone up if I can for the sort of 10 minutes, try and catch a few shots, because it's beautiful still. There's absolutely no one around. Probably the poor weather earlier has put people off. That's great for me, and it'll give you something to look at with this just being the one composition. Sorry, like I'm like an animal that just stops when it sees a shiny thing. I've just seen, I don't know if you'll see it, but there's a jet started flying up from that way. And I've never seen one that low. Not a jet, I think it's like a Boeing or something like that. But yeah, I've never seen one that low here. Sorry, don't know if I'll include this in the video, but there you go. I'm gonna keep it there just in case you can see it on the camera, but I don't think you can. Big jet, trust me, there's a big jet there. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get the drone up. I'm gonna get a few nice, or hopefully some nice shots for the portfolio. And if you've liked this, if you've enjoyed this little bit of something, it's not a long video this, then let me know with a like or a comment. I'd love to know your comments. And yeah, let other people know. There's some fantastic cloud moving in. Let me just show you. Can you see up there coming over the Roaches? I'm going to have to spin the camera around now. I want to catch that. I've got to go. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll throw the pictures up right now.